Hi! Welcome to this veritable boob contour tutorial with me, your host, Olympia Avalanche. You know, people come up to me in the street and they say, Olympia, how do you get your breasts to look so delicious? And I say, listen, please maintain 2 feet. But there are a few special tricks that you can use at home to really maximise your potential. And right now, just in front of a mirror, that's the setup. And there's not a lot going on there, but I'm about to create some magic for you all to see at home. I just have to check my hair is in order. I've just got into a bit of a scrap in the co-op. Lady said to me, young lady, have you ever given any thought to the kingdom of heaven? I said, if you get in the way of me and that reduced prawn mayo sandwich, we're going to have words. She said, I am a Jehovah's Witness. I said, witness this. But I think we're all there. I think we're all together. So I like to use the Old Faithful. It's rice inside a pair of tights. I don't know if it's pilau rice or if it's basmati, but it's uncooked and it's squidgy good. I decided early on in my career that I should probably enhance my breasticles ever so slightly. So I've wrapped an old t-shirt around this one. I don't know what the other one is. Are they the same size? I don't know, you tell me. So I've actually got 2 brassieres in here. I've got the black one that you can see on show, and then I have one supporting it underneath. This is an old white one that's been stained red from when I did Kerry about 4 Halloweens ago. Let's put those in there. Now, before I go ahead with this, I'm going to just say off the bat, is that the saying, on the bat? Great big bat. I already have a little bit of meat here, so that's what I'm grabbing. Now, you can see that there. That already kind of looks pretty good. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure you got the bra you want on show, and I like to have a t-shirt or some sort of top, and then you have the black bra bit showing. I think it's super cute, slightly slutty, but that's fine, whatever works for you. So you go ahead and ram that home, and here we go. Oh my god, yeah. So there you can see, so I've got my big bra, my little one, and then my boobicle, and that's all fine. Looks a bit odd because you can see the line from the other bra, but we'll get rid of that in a moment. You have to do some readjusting. You might not even care about this, you just want to see the makeup part, but that's fine too, I'll get to it. Don't be so bloody impatient. Okay, so that one's going in as well. Oh shit. And at certain angles you can probably see it, but you know, you mysteriously hide that with a piece of hair or a different angled camera. Okay, great. So, another thing I like to do after this is tuck the top underneath the lower bra, the big one, so the white one in this case, and then I'll use some safety pins down here just to hold it in place, just so you get the full boobical experience. Otherwise the t-shirt will start to slip up and up and up, and before you know it, you look like a nun, like you're in Sister Act, which by the way is a great movie. So I'll go ahead and pin that in just a moment, but I'll get on now with some of the makeup, the contouring. Okay, so that's your basic shape. So you can see already that there's a light falling on here and there's dark just above. Now, I've not actually used any of the neck colour, which I'm assuming you can see with this light is a different colour to my chest. So I'm going to take my foundation, which I use Maybelline Better Skin Superstay. Wait, Superstay Better Skin. Oh, some bullshit, who cares? This is in the colour Fawn, number 4 Fawn, which I like to call Australian Lady. And I'm just using some bullshit brush. I'd like to say it's Joseph Harwood, but it's not. It's some cheap shit. So just lightly bring the colour of your neck down. And this is usually something I do before I put the hair on, because this is going to get awkward. Let's try and tuck that behind this expensive jacket. Okay, now what I like to do is, to help the kind of highlight contour thing look just hot shit, I'll bring the colour down and then I'll have it go around the boob. But don't bother doing the boob, because you're only going to make it lighter anyway. So it's going to, so if you can see me doing that kind of martini glass shape, and then on that side too. I mean, it already looks absolutely amazing. I've just been bestowed with this wonderful cleavage. We've hit 1,000 subscribers, by the way, so thanks for that. That's so cute. You know, I really feel like we've made it, although not quite yet. I think I'll feel like I've really made it when someone uses me as their Make-A-Wish. You know the kids, terminal kids, have the Make-A-Wish. Well, when I'm their Make-A-Wish, I think I'll have made it, and that's what I really want, because you look good doing that kind of thing. But it's quite easy, you know, quite easy to do. But you get a lot of recognition, I would have thought. People think you're a saint. Just use your fingers to sort of buff it out, because your fingers are the best tools, I find. Now, for my contour, and this is the same, by the way, as on my face. Hello. for my cheeks there, I use this. Now this is Clinique. If you've watched the transformation I did with Adam, What About Adam? This is the same one, but I did actually get this out of a bin. An expensive bin, mind you. It was a sampler, it wasn't just some shit. It's Clinique pressed powder. This is amazing, it's a godsend. That's all the information on the back there if you'd like to know what kind of Clinique that is. I think it might be number 23 or some shit, but I might have just made that up. So, going in, I used to find this a lot easier, but now it's all crumbly and shit. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so you get some on your finger. Okay, and you start right at the base and you do a sweep round. Imagine your finger is that little pointy clock thing on countdown. Jedem, 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 bang. You get right down there and you go to town. Now it might look a bit crispy to begin with. Go in a bit further into the boob, going around and around. And you might remove some of the base colour above it, but you can go back over that, that's fine. Okay, so that's the basic first one. There's a weird sort of light in there, but we'll get rid of that in a moment with a brush. Oh yeah, I like that, don't you? Now know the struggles to do this because she doesn't have any natural meat. And when you have a bit of meat going there, which I do, it becomes very easy to see where the light and the dark falls. But girls who have absolutely nothing there, you know, find it a bit harder. So now I'm using this tiny little brush. Yeah, I don't know where I got this. It might have even come out of a cracker. We go in there, just lightly dab it. Enchanté. As Taylor Swift would say, just shake it off. And then you go into the boob, start at the bottom and go inward. And, oh yeah, that looks so delicious. And then the same on the other side. Beautiful. Don't forget to buff out the line at the edge. And then just go right in between and just go to town. Now my final bit is, I do have a highlight that I like to use on my face, obviously, because you don't want to look like a crazy asshole. It's in the shade Light. They really spent a long time thinking of that. But I don't use that on my chest. I don't think it's that necessary. Instead, I just use a Laval Starry Eyes white. It's just a white eyeshadow. I sometimes will use this on my face as well, just to enhance a highlight. It's like 99p a go, so you'd be foolish not to. And I just put it on the end of a paintbrush. Now I stole this from a high school. This is Medium Pro Art Schoolex. I don't recommend you steal these from schools unless you're at a school, because you know, you might get sort of arrested. And make sure your oven is preset to 350 whilst you're doing this. Okay, lovely. Now the most important bit probably is to get a nice amount on the end of the brush. Looks almost like you could sniff it, but don't do that. And then plonk it right in between the boobs. Now, was that too much? I don't know. Only time will tell. Probably not. No, lovely. See, in person it looks fine, but on the camera, does this one here look a bit harsh? It's hard to tell. No, you know what? There we go. Great big boobies. Lovely. Okay, cute. So, there we go. So we're now ready to approach the day. Or, for example, this look is a gala evening. Hosting a gala evening of awards for disabled children, and I think this is very appropriate. Hopefully there'll be a Make-A-Wish there. So that's great. Thank you for joining me. I think we've had fun today. And I hope you're enjoying our revisited bullshit. Okay, cheers. I'm going to go find some wine.